안녕하세요. 박 박사의 인터뷰입니다. 오늘은요, 미국 육군 알미 리크루트를 만나러 왔습니다. 미국 군대에 들어가면요, 많은 베네핏이 있고요. 그 다음에 무료로 대학 학위를 받을 수 있는 프로그램도 있다고 들었는데요. 오늘 한번 자세히 알아보도록 하겠습니다. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming today. I'm Sergeant First Class Hunter Norton. I'm the station commander of the Roswell Army Recruiting Station in Roswell, Georgia.
Can you tell me your roles here?
So my role here is to, we have 10 recruiters that work here in the station with us, and their job is to go out and find young men and women across Atlanta area to join the United States Army. My job is to train, lead them, and make sure everything's done legally, morally, and ethically correct, and make sure that the people they're bringing in are qualified to join the United States Army.
Can you tell me who can join the Army? What are the requirements?
The requirements to join the United States Army are pretty simple. U.S. citizen or permanent resident, high school graduate or equivalent. The medical qualifications can range, depending on medical history, law violation, and moral history. The ages between 17 to 34 for active duty, and then 17 to 36 for reserves.
And can you tell me the benefits to be enlisted, like signing bonus, salaries, and medical benefits?
Okay, so each rank, all the branches have the same pay grades, right? E1 would be your lowest rank in the United States Army. They can make around $1,639 a month is their base pay, paid directly to them, and then housing and their food is all free. And then if you're married, you get a housing check to pay for your housing, and then you get money for your food if you're married as well. College benefits, that's our one of the biggest benefits to join the United States Army, is you get to go to college while you're in for 16 hours a year for free. They pay for it while you're actually in the Army. And then after you do 3 years of active duty service, you have what's called the post 9/11 GI Bill. That is this is for active duty. That is where they pay for you to go to any college in the country. That's around $26,000 a year for tuition, and then they get a housing check based off the zip code of that college. That is, so for example, Georgia State, it's around $2,400 a month for 36 months. So in Atlanta area, that's how much the housing check would be. And then they get $1,000 a year for books. So if I got out of the Army tomorrow and wanted to go to college again, that's what I would be able to do. Sign-on bonuses can be, they can range depending on the job they pick when they join the Army, the time of year, but bonuses can be up to $40,000 depending on the job. Re-enlistment bonuses, so like when you choose to stay in the Army, that can be up to $40,000 as well. So like my re-enlistment bonus was like that as well.
You said about the GI Bills. Is there a requirements for GI Bill?
Just you have to do 3 years of active duty service for the active duty GI Bill, which is the post 9/11. The reserves select Montgomery GI Bill. That's once you join the Army Reserves. That's a 6-year contract. That starts the day they get out of basic training in AIT. They can start using those benefits. Okay, so basic training, 9 weeks and 4 days. Then your job training, the length of however long training is. And then the reserves, they move back to their area. Okay, and they go to drill once a weekend, or once a month on a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then they go to 2 weeks of training usually during the summer. But those Army reservists can go to college right then on the spot in their hometown. But the post 9/11 GI Bill, just 3 years of active duty service, that's it. That's all the requirements are. Honorable discharge out of the military, and you're qualified for the post 9/11. Mostly every person who serves, for the most part for active duty military, they get their post 9/11 GI Bill.
I heard it is possible to get a college degree in the service.
Yes. So I had my first bachelor's degree before I joined the Army, and then I'm in the process of getting my master's degree from using the tuition assistance while I'm in. Okay. So that tuition assistance, that 16 hours a year can be used not only for your master's degree, bachelor's degree, associates, however you need to use it. You can take it for one class a semester, or you can take 16 hours a semester. It's up to you as an individual in the Army and your overall like abilities to do that with depending on the job you picked. And you also qualify for FAFSA. So while we're in, because if we're doing that, using tuition assistance to pay for school, we still qualify for the FAFSA grants as well, federal grants, where we can actually get that as well for a little extra income while we're going to school, if needed.
Can you tell me about the jobs in Army? How they'll be assigned?
So there's over 150 different careers in the Army. Okay, so we have the largest range of the whole military of MOSs. That's what we call a military occupationist specialist. I personally was a medic before I was a recruiter. So the biggest difference with us is before they sign their contract, they pick their job. So within 7 days before they go to MEPS, the Military Entrancing Processing Station, to actually sign contract, raise their hand, and swear in, they're able to pick their job. Based off the ASVAB, that is the test to actually get into the United States Army. It's similar to an ACT, SAT kind of setup. You just can't use a calculator. It's just you, paper, pencil, or the computer. So you take that gives you your score. For the United States Army, you need a 31 to a 99 to get in. And that's not 31% correct on the test, okay? That is like, it's a AFQT is what it's called, and it's based off percentages of over the years, different stuff, okay? It has 10 different sections on it. So like somebody wants to be a mechanic, and they get 31 to 99, and then want to be a mechanic, if it's available, if there's actual availabilities, vacancies exist for that job, they can pick to be a mechanic as long as they score good in mechanics, okay? So you have what's called line scores, right? So these line scores tell us, so like for me as a medic, I needed a certain score on the ASVAB, and I needed a certain score on a line score to pick medic. Okay, well, healthcare specialist is what they call it. We just call it medic in layman, in short terms. But that's how you do your job. You do it right here in the office with the recruiter before you even go to enlist.
Last question. Please tell me life in the Army, especially your experience.
Okay, so my experience is a little different because most people who join the Army, they're 18, 19 years old, right out of high school. That's the highest population that joins the Army, right? I was 23, almost 24 when I walked into a recruiting station. Married, kid on the way, college graduate, went to school to be a teacher. I did not enjoy that. So didn't enjoy it that much. So I was looking for a way to get my master's degree. So I called family and I was like, hey, what do y'all think? And they were like, well, my granddad was like, go join the Army. They'll pay for it. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, because I'd never really been around, because I played college baseball for 4 years and then helped coach college baseball. So I was like, I don't know about that. And he was like, go talk to him. So that's when I found out it's true. And then so I ended up joining in 2011 as a healthcare specialist. And then so as a medic, if I was in a line unit, like an infantry unit, it would be go to the range with them, go to the field with them, and they do their infantry stuff, and I'm there to take care of them if somebody gets hurt or if something's needed. But I was in hospitals, medical clinics, as a medic person, a medic in the hospital or the clinic to help out with the doctors and the nurses. And that was my stuff. And then I came down, deployed to Iraq in 2016, and then came back and was told I was going to be a recruiter.
Any last word to students before you go?
To students?
Yeah. High school students and
Okay, so students out there, don't close off the chance just because you don't know what the Army offers. Okay, please sit down and at least hear what the Army can offer your future. That's the biggest thing I can tell you is you see stuff on TV, you see commercials, you see different stuff, but until you actually sit down with an Army recruiter and you learn what we offer, you really don't know, because unless you grew up like my kids with dad in the Army, you don't know the stuff that's out there for us. You don't know the VA benefits to buying a home. You don't know the college benefits. You know, you can read stuff on the internet, but sometimes it's not up to date. So please reach out, learn about that stuff. There's zero reason for somebody to go into college debt. Like, talk to an Army recruiter, talk to a recruiter, and at least see what is out there for you.
Okay. 네, 오늘 육군 알미 리크루트를 만나가지고요. 어떤 군대에 들어가면 어떤 혜택이 있는지, 그리고 어떤 프로그램이 있는지, 그리고 어떻게 들어갈 수 있는지에 대해서 알아봤는데요. 아주 유익한 정보를 얻은 것 같습니다. 예, 오늘 이 알미 리크루터는요, 8월 7일 한국일보 칼리지엑스포에도 참여하십니다. 더 궁금한 점이 있으신 분들은요, 칼리지엑스포에 오셔서 직접 질문하셔도 될 것 같습니다. 네, 지금까지 박 박사의 인터뷰였습니다. 감사합니다.